Or do today. Today I have with me Mugen Das and hopefully Patrick Tawili.
Hey, I think Ghost's on mute.
Oh well. Okay,
No
so
worries.
the Shehl is playing Satella Knights. I wonder, are they really good now that they have Diamond?
Yeah, Diamond helps a lot actually.
Because the basic play is DNF, Altair, back and forth. And then with the assistance now of Trevor, you have a more control-based game. Because you just bounce back your Call of the Haunted and Fiendish Chains. And what's that trap? The one that makes him a wyvern afterward? A worm?
Oasis, Dragon Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, going Triver, balance all your stuff, and then going to, what's it called now? Constellar Knight or Stellar something Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty solid. Especially that, it messes up Burning Abyss quite a bit. And it hurts Shadows as well. I mean, we're not going to see as many Shadows going forward from now, but,
But then the main thing is, with a play like that, like let's say you have, what's it called? What's that card called? Vega.
Yeah.
Satella Knight Vega. And you have the Neb in hand. Wouldn't your strong turn 1 play be to go into Omega and then keep it from there? Because Diamond can only be used in main phase 2, and then if you're leaving 2 monsters on field, isn't that dangerous?
So what you're saying is you go Vega, summon the DNF off of Vega's effect, overlay into Constellar Omega.
Yeah.
But then you can't overlay Diamond on Omega, if I remember correctly. I think you can only use Tellarknights as XYZ material for it.
To my knowledge, ooh, wow. The Solemn Morning.
Yeah, that's looking at that.
Ooh, the Soul Charge.
Don't worry, Corey's just a sag. So,
Wow, the Soul Charge. The Soul Charge.
It's not as though it matters. But yeah, hang on, I'm going to go check that up. So, Constellar.
I believe the Constellar Diamond was the first card to show that there's a link between the Satella Knights and the Constellars. So I think that you can also use Constellars. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, you could go into the whole dual terminal lore and how Sombras and Karikion made the new dual terminal world, where you got the Cliffords and Shadows and everything. They kind of messed it up, to be honest.
Whoa! So there's actually like a real story behind it?
Yeah, there is. I mean, you can find it on Google. I don't remember all of it right now, but it's quite interesting. Like, from the original dual terminal with, like, Flanvels and all that sort of stuff, it's slowly got to this point where the Cliffords, like, the Cliffords, like, if you look at the cards, they look like sort of chambers or like an acorn or something that's holding something, and the Infernoids come out of that as well, so it's pretty cool. If I remember that correctly.
I think that we'll do some research on that after this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, Omega seems to be a strong card because the Shehl dropped it. But then, didn't he have 3?
Anything with immunity to spells and traps is pretty solid.
But then, didn't he have 3 Satella Knights in the graveyard? So technically a Trevor play would have been best. Because I believe right now his opponent is going to go for that Trevor play. Because
yeah, it's possible.
Most likely it's Vega, Altair, Deneb, Trevor. Yep, there's Altair.
Yeah. Unless I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got the warning for the alter. So yeah, that explains that play.
That calculated play. Oh, yep, it's over.
I wouldn't say over. He's still got 6k, 5 points, and
yeah,
he could come back from this still.
Yeah, but the main thing with Satella Knights is that you needed the plus to keep your engine going, and right now he's shot because you have to have DNF somewhere around. It's either in hand or engraved. Like you can end up topping the Altair or getting one of your 3 reinforcements of the armies, but that's still a low percentile chance.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 1 of the 2 honest can keep him in. Nope, there is no honest. It's all a lie. Life's all a lie. Nothing honest about that play.
I think it's Corey's got this game. Shell's got this game.
Yeah, because that's basically no DNF in sight. That's why he went for the Call of the Haunted.
You can still go Call of the Haunted Altair, and is there something in graveyard? Because I was googling stuff.
What? In his graveyard from
he's going to put Sohrabk in there with what's it called?
Unukalai. I swear.
Yeah.
Most of those guys are. Yeah, I believe that those Satella Knights are African.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, he went for the trade-off.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to go Call of the Haunted for Altair.
Yeah.
DNF, search another Altair if he gets the opportunity. You never know. The Shehl might just have an MST in.
But the thing is that I don't think that Sohrabk would use it in the battle phase. He would wait till the end phase when Shehl has set everything, and then it's safe because that DNF play is needed to keep him alive in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, realistically, though, if the Shehl has a monster, he's going to have to use his Call of the Haunted to stay alive, so...
Yeah, if he has a monster.
Yeah, monster MSD's game, but, that's very wishful thinking.
Well, the thing is, right, if we watch it carefully, he called the Haunted, for example, in battle phase. There's 2 monsters breathing down his throat. He'll still have an Altair play next turn, and then he can probably just go Exciton. So...
That's true.
And then doing it in the end phase, I think that pushes him to... Whoa, why did he do that? But anyways, that pushes him to OTK. Because then he'll just go into Trevor, and he'll have a Constellar monster to attack with, and then he'll just end it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't have a monster in hand, otherwise he would have summoned it to put pressure on board. So then the question is, what are those 2 cards in hand?
Well, I'm not really up to date with Satella Knight's back row, but let's think this through. So he's already played Warning, so there's no potential for that to be there. What else is there? Bottomless? Do they still play it?
Yeah, they mostly run all the back rows that would slow down the opponent to make sure that they can slowly outspeed you. Hence why they haven't been popular last formats slash pre-Secrets of Eternity, because every deck ended the duel in like 3 turns. When in a case like Satella Knights, the vanities, the traps, it slows you down, but not at a pace that you're shut down. And their game mostly ends around the 10th or 12th turn.
Yeah, that's far too long for modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
This format's all about speed and more speed. Okay, so he did have a monster, I assume.
Well, he might just be holding the card in hand. Like, it might be a spell that he can't really get any value out of right now. I'm not really sure what that would be.
That's the thing. Okay, if we check the general builds of today, Dimensional Prison. Oh.
That was a really good draw. Oh, wow.
Well.
That was a really good draw.
Here comes Trevor. You see, that's my thing, is that I always set an extra for the pressure factor, you know, for the bluff. Because if he had said, we're assuming another spell alongside that
see what it
family,
is now because of Trevor in a second. After the bounce discard,
it will be Trevor, and then yep. Because that's the thing, you have to take a risk eventually because MST is at 3. Let's.
Oh, it's an altar, which is interesting.
I think the reason why he didn't summon altar is because he couldn't use a Constellar Omega attack if he had summoned altar, got the neb to continue his engine. But
yeah, I mean, like even Sohrabk's like questioning it.
Yeah, because it's a sacrifice that you have to make. If you're on top of your opponent, then you could just keep the pressure on because you already have the position. So I believe that was a slight misplay on his part.
Yeah, I mean, like, are there any rank 4s that deal with Call of the Haunted or some form of back row?
The only one that I could possibly think of that can tackle back row, Diamond Direwolf.
Yeah. But then that, you know, you just chain Call of the Haunted in response, and you'd get your altar. Sure, your altar would die, but then.
No, you don't get the altar's effect though. You don't
get the altar's effect. I know, but yeah, actually, no, that's a good point. Very good point.
But the question is, do we still see Diamond Dire nowadays? It's lost value, man.
Well, looking forward, you can see that Necklace are playing it to take monsters off their own board to ensure they're not Trishuled in the mirror match. And there's plenty of application for dealing with floodgates that aren't Vanity's Emptiness or Skill Drain. So, I don't know, I think it still has some value. You can take out Pendulum Scales as well.
Because I remember in Shadal's the first 3 weeks, Diamond Die was also a staple in that deck to avoid the mirror match when you would have an extra deck monster. You would use Diamond Die instead of any other one because Diamond Die got rid of itself to avoid the Shadal fusion.
Yeah, it's pretty strong reasoning for it. So what do you think they sided?
Back when Satellas were actually, you know, one of the big decks, you would either have the Memory of an Adversary, Stygian Dirge.
Yep. Anything else?
To my knowledge, I think those were the main cards. But I think now in this format, with Post Secrets of Eternity, your best side card is Puppet Plant because it hits BA and Shadal's as well. And in the mirror match, you'll just take whatever XYZ they have, and then you just overlay Diamond over it.
Yeah. Oh, we can see. Well, Maxi clearly using Maxi, so that's one of the sided cards.
But then,
it's questionable how much value you get out of Maxi against Satellas.
Exactly.
I mean, there are plays they do make that you can go plus on, but you have to wonder, Maxi being a hand trap, I don't know, it's interesting.
The main thing that you always wonder is when to use Maxi, because I think that gives away a whole story of what position you're in. Because, for example, the Shehl just throwing Maxi on the first special summon means, holy crap, I have close to nothing. That's what I would read if I was his opponent.
Yeah, either that or he has a second in hand.
That is true.
But we can clearly see that he had a vast number of traps.
Let's hope he has the MST here.
Cool, and that's the other thing. I vaguely remember a Satella Knight deck topping just before the ban list hit, and they were siding 2 wiretaps for the mirror or something. And I think the reasoning for that was it still hit all the things that like Call the Haunted, Bottomless, etc. but it also hit the counter traps.
Oh, so, yeah.
Satella, what's it called? Stellar Nova Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's merit to that. And, whoa, that warning.
Wow.
That's really quite a desperation play.
Yeah. I think that his opponent knows, yep, I have this one.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's, unless there's a second vanity there, then that's probably game.
Let's see what the watchers are saying. Wow, the Onaris for the win.
Yeah.
I heard that that's a group of retards that have nothing better to do than to mimic one of the good players on DN called Sonari.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, goodbye, Trevor.
Yeah. I mean, that's, it's...
That was actually a really good call.
Yeah.
Because instead of bomblessing the Altair,
still in such a position that he's still got command of this.
Yeah, because he still has his engine.
Yeah.
And Trevor, that's like the ultimate utility / offensive card. Yeah. It gives you back your stuff so you can utilize them again, like the Call of the Haunted here. And in a case of this format, it just takes away so much from your opponent. The Dantes, the Shadal fusions.
Yeah.
I believe the only deck that doesn't fear Trevor is Cliff Force because they get everything back to hand and then they're like, hey, I'll just pendulum everything.
Yeah. Yep. Call of Haunted in response to Vega. Oh, that max. Well, clearly the reason for activating Call of Haunted isn't just to get Altair. It's probably likely that the counter trap is set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Shehl's in such a bad position that
he has to really grind it out.
Yeah, he really has to do it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything he can do about this now.
With his life point count.
Yeah, this game.
And it's all over YouTube.